it's Frankel. The reputation was high, and he's going to conquer it. And it's Frankel who wins the Dewhurst.
The jug was very special. This was very special. Breeders' Crown was special.
Rock and roll heaven. Razzle Dazzle is coming at the line. Rock and roll heaven.
She looks great. She looks as she always is. She's just such a knockout, really, to look at her.
But it's still a $500,000 race. That's not bad for West Virginia.
Here's a late move from Sea Rescue. Down the stretch they come.
To have our own horse win the Classic, it's just, I can't explain it. It's just been great.
You had horses like Bim Bam, Tannersville, really solid up-and-coming 3-year-olds going on the turf.
Tannersville, Bim Bam, these two hit the wire together.
Cheers!
My flag does it! My flag under Jerry
John White here to take you through the week on HRTV. Zoe Cadman followed Lookin' at Lucky to Hoosier Park for this week's HRTV Diary.
Welcome to Hoosier Park, home of the Indiana Derby.
Coming to the 8th pole, and it's all Looking at Lucky. He looks good on the track.
Yeah, everything's going well. It's not much to do, you just come in here and take it easy and get him over the surface.
Make sure we get this Jimmy actually doing some work. Hey, Lucky boy. Your first time?
First time for work.
Hey, Bubba. You can see her right now. Always a princess. One down, one to go.
One down.
We just saw the princess. We got Lucky coming into the paddock, looking at Lucky. As you can see, we got a good flock of people. The sun's come out, Hoosier Park. They're all here to see Looking at Lucky. This is Looking at Lucky's #1 fan. What's your name?
Clarissa.
She bet on him.
Oh, sure.
All right, he wins. We're going in together.
Okay.
All right, you got a deal?
Okay.
All right.
Up we go. Game time.
Come on, Lucky!
What a horse.
What a horse. What a horse.
What a horse, huh?
Make a big mistake.
I saw, but you made up for it.
As promised, here is Clarissa in the winner's circle waiting on Lucky. Woo! Looking at Lucky.
Cheers!
Jeff Siegel brought home a winner with his best bet of the week in the QE2 at Keeneland.
I could pad my stats here and pick a short price. We've got a few
you're tempted.
of them. Awesome Feathers should win at a short price. Russell Road, maybe even Violent Sacre. But I'm going to go for a horse I know is not going to be favored, and that is Harmonious in the Queen Elizabeth Challenge Cup. This is a filly who, after they gave her a race sprinting on the dirt, she won her next 3 very impressively. She won the American Oaks. Very easily could have won the Delmar Oaks, beating Evening Jewel. She didn't beat her because she was in the parking lot the whole way, but hopefully Joel can tuck her in, get her behind horses, let her run the last quarter, explode. Harmonious for John Sheriffs. Might be a pretty good next month for John.
Maybe she was just hungry, wanted a hot dog from a fan on the apron.
Harmonious to the lead. Snowtop Mountain running late grandstand side. Harmonious kicks on in the final furlong of the Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup, leading Evening Jewel by 2.5 lengths. Then Dade Babe, Zagora, and Snowtop Mountain. It is Harmonious and Joel Rosario to take the Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup.
Yeah, she's a nice filly, and she has a wonderful stride, which you saw, so she can utilize that.
Yeah, and just what about the improvement, or I shouldn't say the improvement, what about the change in tactics today, being so much closer to the lead?
Well, it's really more about how she's comfortable in the race, and she hit that nice big stride, and so at that point there's no sense fighting and trying to take her back.
Going to the Breeders' Cup?
That's a discussion we'll have with Mr. Wygod.
Going to the Breeders' Cup with Zenyatta?
Oh, my gosh. Thank you. We're sure going to try.
Yeah. Well, good luck at the Breeders' Cup, and we all are in our hearts rooting for Zenyatta. Perfect 19 for 19. How's she coming up for the race?
She looks great. She looks as she always is. She's just such a knockout, really, to look at her.
How's it going to feel when you have to lose this horse after this, when you have to retire this horse?
You know, we don't even think about that right now, but you know what happens in horse racing. They get retired and they go on to another life, but right now we're just enjoying every moment we have.
Newmarket's Saturday card included 2 Group 1 races, and both were won by the same connections.
Into the dip they come now, and Frankel has come to join Roderick O'Connor. Dream Ahead is labouring behind them in 4th position. Frankel has the lead as they head up towards the line. Roderick O'Connor is 2 lengths behind him against the rails, but it's Frankel. The reputation was high, and he's going to conquer it, and it's Frankel who wins the Dewhurst.
So Frankel maintains his unbeaten record. He's done it in pretty good style in the end here. 4 from 4 now for Henry Cecil, and he was just about favourite for the Guineas and the Derby coming into this, so no doubt he'll be even stronger in the betting once the bookmakers have had a chance to revise their prices. They're probably already scribbling updated quotes.
And it's Twice Over with the pink cap. It shows in front. Debussy against the rails in 2nd place. Behind this, Vision de Tar. But it's Twice Over now on a great day for Henry Cecil. It's Twice Over is going to be the 11th dual winner of the Champion Stakes.
Well, a terrific effort from Twice Over, who has repeated his win from 12 months previous here. What a day for Henry Cecil, Tom Quealy, and of course owner Prince Khalid Abdullah. They've taken the 2 big races of the day, and both in very good style here after Frankel's win earlier. Twice Over, who won the Eclipse in the summer, he's now won a 3rd Group 1.
International reporter Fanny Salmon updated us on 2 more Euros we hope to see at the Breeders' Cup.
Now, Bekabad is one of the best, if not the best, 3-year-old colt in France. He's 6 for 9, and this year alone, he's won a Derby Prep, placed 4th in the French Derby, won twice on the 1.5-mile distance in the Group 1 Prix de Paris and Prix Niel, before finishing 4th in the Qatar Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe with very valid excuses. Bear in mind that he's also nominated in the Japan Cup, a race which Christophe Lemaire won last year with Vodka. The decision as to whether or not he will travel and where to will come later this month. Should he come to America, Christophe Lemaire thinks that the colt has all the capabilities to adapt. As for the jockey, he's ready for the challenge.
On the classic distance, he's one of the best in Europe. We just have to watch the Grand Prix de Paris and the Arc. I'm sure he will have a great chance in the Breeders' Cup, and we go over there to win.
Now the travel plans have been finalized for Goldikova. The dual Breeders' Cup mile winner will travel on October 30th along with colormate Plumania. Plumania is trained by André Fabre, and she is likely to run either in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf or the Breeders' Cup Turf.
When HRTV Rewind returns...
But it's still a $500,000 race. That's not bad for West Virginia.
Here's a late move from Sea Rescue. Down the stretch they come.
To have our own horse win the Classic, it's just, I can't explain it. It's just been great.
Quick bullet drill here, as you've done some good work. Now we celebrate Calder in Charlestown.
We do.
So name a famous Florida bred.
The best, Dr. Fager.
Really?
Yes.
Let's go on affirmed. Let's go on affirmed on that.
Affirmed's okay.
Famous West Virginia bred.
I don't.
Yeah, right.
Jerry West.
Russell Road wins. He's a millionaire.
I
say
Russell. It has to be a horse. Okay.
Road,
all
West
right.
Virginia bred. I like where you're going with that, though. And your favorite bread? That's with an
bread.
A. With an A.
I don't know. White bread.
Ah, grilled sourdough.
That's
Jeff Siegel, I'm Aaron Cruzy.
Saturday night at Charlestown was the 24th West Virginia Breeders' Classics.
What are your thoughts on tonight's card? You got a brilliant night of racing. You've actually got some nice weather. Are you expecting some kind of record handle there tonight?
I'd be lying if I said we weren't shooting for that. You know, now that we've kind of started to run some other high-profile nights over the course of the year, and you have a horse like Downtown Allen or Son of a Bear who show up in these big races, and they're horses and names that people can identify with when they check back in for the Breeders' Classics here. It gives the program an identity, and we've started, we think, to develop a little bit of a following in that respect. So, yeah, we're looking forward to a big night, and, you know, the weather most certainly helps, unlike last year when it didn't do anything but hurt us.
Earlier this year, you had $1 million race for 3-year-olds and up, making it one of the richest races in the country for 3-year-olds and up. Are there plans to have that race with that purse again next year?
plan is the same, and you'll see the Charlestown Classic again next year for $1 million.
Well, I was delighted to see it go to a local horse this year in Researcher, winning it for the second time. I hear he's gone to go and be a steeplechase horse, so we probably won't see him next year. But the hometown horses seem to fare very, very well at Charlestown, and I for one, can never discount a hometown horse at Charlestown.
No, absolutely not. And, as people are finding out, not only are there horses here who can run that people don't know, but there's some pretty good horsemen here as well. So, we're thrilled when a guy like Jeff is able to win that race twice in a row. And as I joke with him, it's a good thing the horse is going over the timber now, because I'm not so sure we'd be able to fill it next year if he was back in there. So, great to have the local angle there, and great to have all the local horses here back as well in this race, this card tonight.
What's going on? Big night. Obviously, racing is just really taken off to the 10th power since you guys started getting those slots out there in West Virginia.
Well, this racetrack was basically closed, and the management was very poor. And we had some horses, and my friend Carol Holden and I joined together, and we came up with the idea to copy the Maryland Million. You remember that?
Of course.
Jim McKay's Maryland Million, and $1 million for racing and everything. And I said, Carol, if he can do that, and I knew him from New York when I played with the Giants, if he can do that in Maryland, we can do it in West Virginia. Let's get the racetrack. We'll get everybody together, and we'll have a breeding program and a racing program, and we can do exactly what Maryland has done. The governor helped. The racing commissioner helped. Everybody got involved. Last year we had $2 million in a purse structure. It was absolutely fantastic. You guys covered it. And this year we got taken down a little bit because of the bad economy, but it's still a $500,000 race. That's not bad for West Virginia.
A good run is right there as these three are across the track at the top of the stretch. Princess Cecilia on the outside, Blushing BJ digging down on the inside, and behind them a good run in deep stretch. Princess Cecilia's gonna get it by a half a length. On the inside, Just Your Way battles back, and down the stretch they come. It's Golden Set on the outside, and front down drawing clear. It's gonna be Golden Set with Travis Dunkelberger getting to the wire by a length and a quarter the best. And Stowe White arrives at the top of the stretch, right alongside and taking the lead. Dropping back in third is Princess Poach down the center late. The fun's just begun. It's Stowe White with the lead, and J.D. Acosta pulling away. Stowe White wins by 4, and up on the outside, Millstone races in third. 3 more back to Indigo Montoya, but this one belongs to Henry the Lover. Much the best, scoring a 9-10 length victory. Romping home here.
They're in the lane and turning for home. It is Taylor's Flight with Rodney Sudine holding on to the lead by a length and a quarter. On the extreme outside, here comes Green Spring Boy, but too late. Taylor's Flight wins it.
Chloe's KO Pride looking for the upset, and then down the center of the track comes Perfect Way into third. On the far outside is Green Suede Shoes, but right now it is trouble making Gustavo La Rosa 12-1. Gonna get the upset here in the Dash for Cash Breeders' Classic.
It is now Aspen Glow who takes command again and draws off by a length with Travis Dunkelberger in the irons. And Downtown Allen is dropping back in the middle of the track. Nature's Annuity is coming on, and down the stretch they come. Aspen Glow digging down, charging quickly. It's Nature's Annuity. Aspen Glow wins it.
3 of them across the track at the top of the stretch, and here comes the charge from Devon's Painted Lady. J.D. Acosta 10-1 pulling away from Little Shiny and Badge Bunny. It's Devon's Painted Lady lighting up the tote board.
Colonel J.W. on the outside takes command. On the inside, Russell Road drops back, and here's a late move from Sea Rescue. Down the stretch they come. On the inside, it's Colonel J.W. in a photograph with Sea Rescue.
Susan and Jeff Runco. Susan, we'll start with you. You bred this horse. This is obviously what anybody who breeds horses in West Virginia dreams about, winning this race. What are your feelings right now?
Well, we're pretty excited.
When did you think that, was there a story that you remembered of this horse when he was younger that said, you know what, this horse has something maybe that some of the others don't, that has a chance to turn into something special?
Well, we knew he had the pedigree to run long, but he just hasn't had the opportunity to do so. And this was a heck of a time to try it, but he can do it.
I think that's pretty safe to say. Jeff, big picture here. I get to talk to you a lot on these big nights. In a year where you lose researcher, then tonight you pick up a horse like Golden Set, who obviously has a lot of potential, and then you win the Breeders' Classics. I guess life's not too bad right now.
No, it's been great. We're really thankful for everything and all the people that are behind us that's helped us with tonight and throughout the year. Yeah, Golden Set's a great colt, and we're looking forward to having a great future with him. And to have our own horse win the Classic is just, I can't explain it. It's just been great.
Coming up on HRTV Rewind.
The jug was very special. This was very special. The Breeders' Crown was special. So we're very fortunate, and I do understand where I am, and I'm very humbled by it.
Rock and roll heaven. Razzle Dazzle is coming at the line. Rock and roll heaven.
Track announcer Bobby Newman joined Race Day America for a preview of Calder's Festival of the Sun on Saturday.
What else is there to look forward to tomorrow in the Festival of the Sun card?
We actually have 8 stakes in all tomorrow, 7 stakes and 1 overnight stake. 2-year-olds are going to go in the Bird on the Wire and the Cassidy earlier on in the card, both at 6 furlongs. We've also got the Calder Oaks and the Calder Derby. We're not on the turf today, but the weather is phenomenal right now. It's supposed to be nice again tomorrow, so I would expect us to be back on the turf for both the Calder Oaks and the Calder Derby. And we get to see some pretty nice colts and fillies in those races. In the Calder Oaks, Trip for AJ is the morning line favorite. She certainly is a very nice filly. There's another one for Eddie Pleasa Jr. named Successful Song, who is making her turf debut tomorrow. She's out of a mare named Song for Annie, who herself was a multiple stakes winner on the turf during her racing career. Marty Wolfson has a shipper from Europe, in fact, a filly who's been racing in Germany and France named Hasse. Never know how good these shippers are going to be, and especially when they come in for Marty Wolfson, who seems to win with about everything that he runs here at Calder. And when you get to the Calder Derby, you get horses like Bim Bam, Tannersville, and a lot of other really, really solid up-and-coming 3-year-olds going on the turf.
Determinado, determined and trying to come back on the outside. Brock and Rock remains third. It's Uno Caliente, Determinado, Brock and Rock as they run down to the line. Uno Caliente in front. Uno Caliente wins the Bird on the Wire. Flying Trip grinding away on the outside and coming back. Devilish Lady fast up the inside. Here's Flying Trip to grab the lead. Flying Trip, Ayuma left. Devilish Lady, Flying Trip undefeated, and she wins the Cassidy. And she is leveling out nicely and coming fast at her stablemate. Too Clever for Words right up to the outside of Amazing and right on by. Too Clever for Words. Good ride by Luis Saez. They win the Cinnamon Girl. Trip for AJ now, Koa asking, and she is responding and responding huge. Wow, look at the stretch run from Trip for AJ. She is sprinting down to the line, and she'll destroy him in the Calder Oaks, win it by 6. Nobody is gaining on Awesome Feather, who is well on her way to a Stallion Stakes sweep. Awesome Feather 8 lengths clear as they come down to the line, and Awesome Feather wins the My Dear Girl. El Kingdom runs along in third, and they are not gaining on Mad Flatter, and Mad Flatter is going to do it. Mad Flatter wins the Spend a Buck by almost 5. Bim Bam a slight advantage to the inside. Tannersville trying to get to him. It's Bim Bam and Abar Koa. Tannersville and Wilmer Galvey's relentless on the outside and continue to close. Tannersville, Bim Bam, these two hit the wire together in the Calder Derby. Reprised Halo up on the board. 45-1 is swept by the field, and Reprised Halo will upset the In Reality.
This week's Claiborne Stakes showcase was the Grade 3 Athenia Stakes from Belmont Park.
And it is now Eye of Taurus, who's roused to the lead and opens up 3. Mary's Folly second, and Strike the Bell and Miss It, and it is Eye of Taurus with a decisive win here over Mary's Follies. It was close for third between Miss It and Strike the Bell.
This week's Lane's End feature race was the Knickerbocker Stakes from Belmont Park.
What's the script? Trying to do it all the way on the lead. Warhoot coming up the hedge. Violon Sacre coming down the outside. Violon Sacre right there at the 8th pole grabs the lead. What's the script? Fighting him hard every step of the way. But the momentum will carry Violon Sacre to victory in the Knickerbocker.
Rock and Roll Heaven scored another win this week in the Bluegrass Stakes at the Red Mile.
It's Rock and Roll Heaven, and he's 5 lengths in front as they turn for home. Dubé urging away. Rock and Roll Heaven, a slap of the wheel disc there, and he leads it by 4. Up on the outside, Razzle Dazzle is coming on. Razzle Dazzle up into second. Piece of the Rock third, and Rockin' Image fourth. It's Rock and Roll Heaven. Razzle Dazzle trying to gun him down on the outside. Rock and Roll Heaven. Razzle Dazzle is coming at the line. Rock and Roll Heaven.
Bruce, this is the horse of a lifetime. It's been a great season for you. Has it been everything you thought it would be or more?
It's been way more. The jug was very special. This was very special. The Breeders' Crown was special. You know, Lester and I, my caretaker, we've been doing it for a long time together, and you know, we appreciate and we're humbled by being around this horse every day. We see the best of him every day. He's fun to be with. He's got a great attitude. He loves his job. So we're very fortunate, and I do understand where I am, and I'm very humbled by it.
That's all for HRTV this week. Here's what you can look forward to next week.
Three o'clock on the first Tuesday of November.
Stand by for a start in the Emirates Melbourne Cup.
There's a quiver of anticipation. And then...
And they're off now.
an almighty rush of hooves and heartbeats. At this moment every year, millions of Australians and millions more around the world are united in a ritual they know simply as the Cup. The Melbourne Cup is not just Australia's greatest race, it's a tradition of powerful stories.
This race is obviously the race that stops the nation, and every jockey wants to win it. It's a dream, and my dream's just come true.
Why do so many people dream of the Melbourne Cup? How has this handicap race, which runs against the grain of the international classics, come to be embraced not just in its homeland, but around the world? And how does this festival hold a unique place in our culture, the country's biggest coming together? We'll unwrap the magic, the mystique that shrouds Australia's most fabled trophy.
But of course, the Grade 3 Spendebuck is the crown jewel. And to help us, let us know exactly what is going on the Festival of the Sun, a man that I've been told is my distant brother, and I would not be surprised. Track announcer Bobby Newman joining us here on Race Day America. Bobby, welcome.
I don't know if either of us should feel offended by that, or maybe it's a compliment.
You both look great.
I said the same thing, pal, but you know what? I look at you and I say, that's a good-looking man. I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, I wish more women thought that way about me, but that's fine. I'll take what I can get.
Hey, Bobby, it's always been about my personality, so don't worry about it. We'll get away with our jokes.